Wings for Love is a dove release company, and basically what that means is what it says. We have white doves, we take white doves along to various services and release them because they're very symbolic. The doves are used for lots of different events, mainly weddings and funerals of course, because at weddings they symbolise love, at funerals they symbolise peace. But they're used for lots and lots of different events, for christenings, a new birth, a new life, anniversaries, birthdays, events, fates, fairs, openings. We've used them at so many different events. Well, the weddings obviously are the thing that people think of most with white doves, because the dove is a symbol of love. So what better symbol to have at your wedding than a pair of white doves that symbolise your love and your union. So after the ceremony, when the bridal couple come out, they'll stand with the birds. I'll say a little bit about the symbolism of the dove. I read a verse to them and then take the birds and hand them to the couple. They then hold the birds, obviously get lovely photographs, but then they release the birds to symbolise their union, their start in life together. And then as the birds fly off across the sky, they'll stay together, just as we hope the couple will stay together. And they'll wend their way across the sky to start their new life. And they'll return home to us, of course.
Ready, steady, go! Oh, sorry.
We started doing the funerals with the birds, I suppose, about 4 or 5 years ago. We were asked by somebody if we could release a dove at a baby's funeral. So that was the start of it. But we've built up on that side of the business because we find that it brings people a great deal of comfort. Since the beginning of time, the white dove has become a symbol of peace, love, purity, hope and freedom. It's therefore a very fitting gesture today to release this single white dove to represent the spirit of Jean, to soar high above us, free to fly on her final journey. Now, a lot of people are unaware of exactly what happens at a funeral, and they may view it as maybe a circus act, but it's nothing like that at all. It's done in a subtle way. We take the birds along to the funeral. They're dressed in a cage, which is dressed with drapes. The birds are then handed to a member of the family. We read a verse, and then the member of the family can take the bird, maybe kiss it and just release it. But it gives them a great deal of comfort to take a living, breathing bird and let it go, because that symbolises them letting go of their loved one. Well, we have used the birds in unusual ways, in that at one time we did colour some of the birds yellow and green, and I have to stress that no harm was caused to the birds when we did it. They were perfectly happy, they weren't harmed in any way or distressed. But when Norwich City Football Club went up to the Premiership the first time round, we released them from the top of the steps at City Hall. Brian Gunn actually released them. And again, last year we used yellow birds for a new company that was starting up, and their colours were yellow. So we actually released them again from the football ground, strangely enough, because they are the yellow canaries. We breed all our birds ourselves. They are really our pets more than they are a working business. So we do care a lot for our birds. They all have a magnificent loft. Loft is the term of the house that they live in. It's not a dovecot, it's a huge shed, I suppose, but it's got a tiled roof. It's like the Hilton in the pigeon world. And we have about 30 there that we keep as a stock. We do breed more in the spring each year. And the burning question of the day is, how do they return home? Everybody asks, how do they know their way home? And the simple answer to that is, we don't know. We think they return because they love it here. But there's a natural instinct in all pigeons, all doves, to fly back to where they were born. Please just pick up a phone and ring us, send us an email, but it's much nicer to talk to you on the phone. I can get a feel for what you want, you can tell me exactly what your requirements are, and we will tailor our services to whatever you need.